survey results in our presentation of the American School Climate Survey. This presentation is going to be going on from myself, Anna Johnson, Jennifer Migliori, Karen Blocker, Olivia Harmon, and Rita Jones. In our survey, 37 teachers took the survey. There were 36 females, one male, 36 white non-Hispanics, 1 black. 21 of those who were surveyed have a bachelor's degree. 16 have a master's degree. The total years teaching varied a good bit. 11 teachers have been teaching 0 to 5 years. 6 to 10 years, we have 6 teachers. 11 to 15 years, we have 5 teachers. 16 to 20 years, we have 7 teachers. 21 to 25 years, we have 5 teachers. And greater than 25 years, we have 3 teachers. That shows us we have a very large span of teaching experience at our school. In our home language, all of us spoke English as our primary language.
We focused on some key points in this survey, the first of which is safety of students from the teacher's perspective. We have a set of safety rules within our school. We have certain expectations when it comes to safety. We want to create a learning environment that is effective for students and very safe. They feel safe when they come here and they can learn. We also focused on bullying from the teacher's perspective. We took a survey on some of our opinions on what sort of bullying we have within our school. We also took some questions in the survey on student success. We set high expectations for learning in our school, and we expect the students to reach them in academically and behavior-wise. We also had some questions about student trust and whether or not they feel like they have a trusting relationship with teachers. We also had some questions that focus on teacher morale, which is teacher enthusiasm and loyalty to their job. And then we had some questions that focused on teacher professional development. We have a few opportunities here and there for teachers to improve their professional development in certain areas. I think there was one more. Also, parent support. We offer a few opportunities in our school, and we survey teachers on their opinion on parent support. Safety of students from a teacher's perspective. We had a question about whether or not students fight a lot. We are aware that they do fight some, but the majority disagree that they fight a lot. So we may see it here and there, but we're controlling that. And then students, whether or not they carry guns or knives, and the majority strongly disagreed on that as well. So those were positive results.
The next section was on bullying from a teacher perspective. And as you can see here, we had 78% strongly agree together that we as teachers address bullying at least once a month. So we felt it was important to include it in our survey and to talk about it with you today. So we also had 89% agreed that we're able to deter it in our classrooms, but we still felt that it was important to show you a few more things that we could do. So I've got a short clip for you to watch.
My name is Lily. I'm a 3rd grader and a net literacy volunteer. Most children will never be bullied, but they will be a bystander to bullying. Here are 4 ways that bystanders can help. Never encourage the bully. Help the person being bullied get away. Be a good friend to them by letting them know that they're not alone. And don't be afraid to tell an adult, because that's not tattling, it's called being a good friend. For more information, visit us at safeconnects.org.
And our next section was student success from another teacher perspective. 86% of teachers strongly agree that we care about our students here at Pinecrest. And we feel that we want to foster them, to provide a supportive climate for them,
and we were all in agreement, 100%, either strongly agree or agree that we do foster them and give them a supportive climate for them to be successful.
When we looked at the data, it showed us that when we were looking at the surveys, at the student trust, if you feel like the teachers, if you feel like your students trust you, and majority of you agreed, and then the next was strongly agreed, which I find it's most important that your students trust you when they come into your classroom, because without trust, then you don't have that foundation with them. And when you don't have that foundation, they don't feel safe enough to come ask you questions, everything like that. So that was a positive note on Pinecrest side, that we noted that they feel trusted in your classroom. So that is awesome to know. The teacher morale, that was questions in the survey that asked questions such as, I enjoy coming to work every day. Things like that. And so we saw that if you look forward to coming to work every day, you saw they strongly agree and they agree, and if you felt like it was a safe place to work. And I think that's number one priority as a teacher, that we enjoy coming to our job. And I think that's due to the collaboration that we do as teachers. And not only that, but also when we work together and know each other on the other side, like personally, then we feel like we can come to school and it's just an extension of all of us knowing one another, and that makes us feel confident and comfortable with each other. And so for the teacher morale, it seems very high based off the data that we looked at. So that was a positive thing for us to see, which I'm glad to see that, especially with all the changes that have occurred. It's great to see that we have the increase in morale.
Okay, the next area is teacher professional development. In teacher professional development, this area represents time not only to learn new skills for teachers, but also for teachers to reflect and collaborate with their peers together to be able to strengthen that professional network. It may be in our cohorts, in our ELA cohorts or our math team cohorts, but for us to be able to work together to strengthen that professional network. In this area, pursuing in-service opportunities, we had 41% that strongly agreed that they need to pursue in-service opportunities. 49% agreed, 4% not sure, 3 disagreed, and 3 strongly disagreed. Now, for the sufficient opportunities to learn new instructional methods, 49% said, yes, we have those opportunities. We are very, our administration and our school system supports us in that area. 46% agreed, 5% not sure. And then the benefit from more professional development, 13% agreed, 73% agreed also. In our parent support and for the parents to support the school, in this area, I know even when we have opportunities for parents to come in and to help their children do homework, to call in if we're having issues with any kind of parent conferences, for them to be supportive of us in the classroom, for us to be able to enrich their child's education and to be able to make it college, career, community ready for each and every child. And we need that parent support. For the teacher, met parent, and caretakers forum, that area, we had 13% strongly agreed, 70% agreed, 14% disagreed, and 3% strongly disagreed. And for this, I hope that teachers, met parents and the caretakers all of their needs by us answering those, any emails, any phone calls, any of those areas that we need to respond back to open that communication and make sure that it's staying open.
Is there any questions? Yes, Ms. Tucker.
How can you tell that your students are trusting you?
That is a great question. And I feel like they feel comfortable with in a classroom, feel safe, Especially when they feel like you tell them every day, we're your advocate, we're here to support you. And now we've incorporated the PLCs, which is the Pinecrest learning communities, where they have a different teacher they can go to once a month. So now they have a second advocate they feel like they can go to. So it's just not the homeroom teacher, now they have someone else, and then that just gives a foundation of support to help them so they know that they can come to us about anything. So that's what I find comforting. And if they feel like they can't go to one teacher, they now have another teacher to go to.
As well as most people are in a team teaching setting, so they also have their partner that they might could go to as well. Because I know some of my students may feel more comfortable speaking to Miss White, where instead of me, and so it just depends on who they feel more comfortable with. One thing I wanted to ask y'all was, as far as the bullying, I noticed on a lot of my forums that teachers said, yes, we have bullying, but it's more verbal bullying. Us being in an elementary setting, we don't see as much of the fights, the fist fights. We see more of the words getting thrown at one another. What do you think is some different things that we could do to address those bullying issues here at Pinecrest? You may know?
Ms. Ella comes in and does the counseling with them so that they have the bullying counseling as well. But I think it's important for us to sit down and model for the kids appropriate ways to speak to one another. And usually if there is a kid that's bullying, then there's a reason that they are. A lot of times it stems from a lack of confidence in some area. And so if you can get to the bottom of that, then a lot of that dissipates.
Anybody else have a question?
I think just spending time with the kids and making them realize, even with Miss, like you said, with Miss Ella coming in, but them understanding the importance of a bystander and how important that person is to the whole situation sometimes, and how they can prevent, those things from happening, not joining in, not laughing, just not laughing. Right.
Thank you, Ms. Morgan.
Yes. All right.
Thank y'all so much for
doing
coming.
our presentation.
We enjoyed it. Thank y'all.
Bye.